Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Isn't it funny when you hear the United States of America, the weasels, the leaders, saying, well, Russia is isolated. We should isolate Russia. We'd isolated Russia. When the hell you isolate Russia? First, look at the map and see the territory. And secondly, look how many countries are doing business with Russia. Look how many countries have bilateral connections and relations with Russia. And not only economic, but political, military. So I don't know what these guys are talking about. I think it's a make-believe, wishful thinking, I don't know, something like that. And I'm going to use two articles. I'm going to use two articles here to show you one of Russia's main partners in crime and business, and that is India. One article comes from Sputnik, and the title is Russia becomes India's seventh biggest trading partner with 441% jump in oil fertilizer supplies. Unbelievable. 441% jump. And then the other article is from Sputnik, the same date, is Russia and Argentina emerge as India's major sunflower oil suppliers. So one was from the October 13th and the other article is from yesterday, which was what? The 21st. I'm losing track, my bad. Alright, so Russia becomes India's seventh biggest trading partner with 441% jump in oil fertilizer supplies, and they're isolated. In the 2021-2022 financial year, Russia ranked 25 among India's trading partners with $13.12 billion bilateral trade. At the annual summit last December, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin vowed to achieve $50 billion in bilateral trade by 2025. India's imports from Russia has risen 441.85% to $17.2 billion between April and August, according to the latest trade data released by the Indian government. And I'm quoting, bilateral trade between the two strategic partners stood at $18.2 billion in the first 5 months of the current financial year. So it was what? 5 months, double that would be what? 36. Add a little bit there, so about 40 maybe. We'll get to 40. In the first 5 months of the current financial year, making Russia India's seventh biggest trading partner. The massive rise in bilateral trade was mainly fueled by a surge in purchase of oil, coal, and fertilizers from Russia. Russia must be isolated. Last year, bilateral trade between the two countries stood at $13.1 billion against $8.1 billion in 2020 to 2021. It says in 2021 to 2022, however, India's imports from Russia witnessed 80% growth against 2020 and 2021, indicating strong demand for Russian commodities among Indian businesses. Now, Russia and Argentina emerge as India's major sunflower oil suppliers. As New Delhi vowed to continue its oil and fertilizer purchases from Russia despite the West's pressure, there is an indication that Russia may end the current financial year among India's top 5 largest trading partners. The top position is currently held by the United States with $57.6 billion in bilateral trade, followed by China, $50.8 billion, and the United Arab Emirates, $36.8 billion. So if the Russians continue as they are at this point, 5 months, 18 billion, as I said, by the end of the year, could topple United Arab Emirates. Meanwhile, I'm quoting, meanwhile, Indian businesses hope that their exports to Russia will rise to $5 billion by March 2023 with the opening up of the rupee-based trade settlement mechanism. UCO Bank and the Yes Bank have teamed up with Russian lenders to facilitate trade in rupees, source in New Delhi told Sputnik earlier. As such, Russia's Gazprom Bank opened a special rupee account with UCO Bank, while Russia's Petersburg Social Commercial Bank tied up with Yes Bank. Last month, Prime Minister Modi stressed the importance of greater economic and commercial engagement between the two nations in line with the quote-unquote special and privileged strategic partnership. End quote. Modi also referred to other potential areas of economic cooperation, including diamonds are forever, cooking oil, steel, timber. All right, so India has maintained its stance of neutrality amid the ongoing crisis in Ukraine and has continued active trade and military cooperation with Russia, despite Western criticism saying that regular oil supplies ensure India's national interest. That should have been said by the ballless Germany. The same thing. But it wasn't. Why? Because India doesn't have 70,000 American troops on their sovereign territory, and they don't. I don't remember if they still hold U.S. nuclear weapons. Germany. I can remember if that's still the case. But with or without, they're still under occupation. Believe me. And if you don't believe me, just do a few clicks, and you're gonna find out. And if you think those guys are over there to play volleyball and be on the beaches with, I don't know, glasses, sunglasses over there, watch Top Gun first, but no. So anyway, these guys are independent, India, and I'm surprised that they're still in power. Modi and Jai Shankar, Prime Minister or the Foreign Minister of, no, Prime Minister, what the hell am I talking about? Foreign Minister of India, because he's the counterpart of Lavrov, very intelligent guy, and Modi is very moderate and very smart. Now, well, I can't say the same thing about my friend Imran Khan, who's in big doo-doo right now, but Pakistan is under Zimbabwe's clause. It has too much money coming in as aid and too much military, and CIA runs the country with other wizards over there with the Pakistani's military, but that's a different story. India is independent, and it's a big country, and has a, you know, it needs, if you want to increase your economy, to grow, make it grow, you need energy. Without energy, what are you going to do? I mean, you're going to be an agrarian country? I don't think so. You have to industrialize. You have to, and if you want to industrialize, then you have to have energy. And India has 1.5 billion people, or how much they have right now, something around that number, that figure. So I'm glad that you know, I'm talking about the Indians. They care about their national interest, their economic interest, their people, and they were able to tell the United States back off. And the United States was like, okay. Yeah, so Russia is very, very isolated. If you remember, Russia and China increased the volume of their economic partnership greatly, besides the military and the political connection between this. A partnership, it's more than partnership, they said. More than an alliance, they said. So what, that brotherhood, marriage, whatever it is over there. So remember, they got BRICS, they got those Asian countries cooperation organization or something like that. And then Turkey is interested over there. In BRICS is also interested, Saudi Arabia. It's Iran applied, Argentina. It's a lot of reshuffling of interests, and that's because Russia challenged United States on the territory of Ukraine. That's what it is. Ukraine is just a battlefield between the two. That's what it is. And because Russia did not lose and is not losing, it still got the territories and it's right there. And the winter is setting in, so there's going to be even worse for, unfortunately, for the nation of Ukraine. Then people see that, nations see that and say, oh, maybe we can, you know, maybe Russia can help us, maybe Russia can defend us, maybe we can, you know, go over there instead of being threatened, blackmailed, and regime changed every time we don't like something that these guys want to impose on us. So yeah, and they saw that in Syria as well. It was another challenge in Syria where Russia said, we don't give a damn, we're going to intervene, we're going to come over there, as we are the only country. I think Iran was also invited in Syria by the legitimate government of Syria. But nevertheless, the other guys invaded, and they still have troops over there. I'm talking about the United States, who oversees the illegal looting of Syrian oil by what companies? Because it's not the US government. There are some companies. What companies are there? Using taxpayers' money to use the military, US military, to make sure that those guys come and suck the oil and put it on the market. Who gets the profit? USA or those companies? And then is it fair? And if it is fair, then what's the difference between that, and even this, I think it's even worse than what's going on in Ukraine? Oh, well, the Russian invaded the sovereign country. Pfft, really? Anyway, Russia is very, very isolated, as you can see, and is isolated by the 24 countries that isolate themselves by isolating the rest of the world, 193 countries. They're so stupid. But hey, there are people who really believe that. So what would that make them? Smart people? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.